Hello and welcome to Maths with Jacob. This lesson will focus on tree diagrams. A special puzzle to warm up the brain cells is on the next slide. The answer will be given at the end. Enjoy. What is the meaning of the following? Good luck with it and see how you go. Tree diagrams. In the last video we saw a few examples of two-stage events. Tree diagrams can be very useful in dealing with such problems. Examples: a coin is tossed twice. Draw a tree diagram to illustrate all the outcomes. So here's a very simple tree diagram. When you toss the first coin, you have a choice of a head or a tail. If the first toss was a head, then the second toss can be a head or a tail. And if you toss a tail in the first toss, then the second choice can be a head or a tail. So the way you read the tree diagram, you just keep going up to the top branch. So you got head, head. Then you go to the next one, which is head, tail. The third one is tail, head. And the last one is tail, tail. And that's how you illustrate and list all the outcomes. So there are 4 separate outcomes. The next example, a coin is tossed 3 times. Draw a tree diagram to illustrate all possible outcomes. Hence, answer the following questions. What is the probability of throwing 3 tails? What is the probability that 2 heads will show up? So in a similar fashion, that's where we stopped with 2 coins earlier. All you do is extend it an extra branch to give you 3 coins. There are all the possibilities. Remember, you start from the top. Head, head, head. Head, head, tail. Head, tail, head, and so on. And that gives you can see there are 8 possibilities if you count them. Now, the probability of 3 tails, that only occurs once there. So it's 1 over 8. Because it only occurs once, there are 8 possible outcomes, so it's 1 over 8. Now, the probability of 2 heads, it doesn't matter what order. Let's have a look where that occurs. That occurs once there, and once there. So there are 3 occasions where 2 heads occur, so that probability is 3 over 8. Number 3. The above diagram helps us to show all the possible outcomes when a card is drawn from 2 choices, a coin is tossed, and a die is thrown. So basically, if we have 2 cards, one is red or black, well, you know when we have a coin, there are only heads and tails, and for a die, there are 6 different choices. So basically, this is a 3-stage event. You pick a card, you toss a coin, and you toss a die. Now, from the tree diagram, we can see that there are 24 possible outcomes. Now, we'll just do the first couple only. As far as the cards are concerned, you can have black, tail, 1. Okay, so that's one possibility. Then you can have black, tail, 2, black, tail, 3, black, tail, 4, etc. And then you go black head 1, black head 2. So you just do those systematically, and you'll see from the tree diagram there are 24 possibilities. We can now answer some questions relating to the diagram. How many possible outcomes are there? There are 24. What is the probability that a red card, a head, and a multiple of 3 will show up? Okay, so you've got a black card, a red card, see there, that's a red card, not a black, it's a red card, a head, and a multiple of 3. Now, there are only 2 possibilities because firstly you'll have a red, then you'll have a head, and 3 is a multiple of 3. So RH3 is one possible answer, this one here. RH3. Now for the next one, you have to have a red, you have to have a head, because that's what we asked for, and a multiple of 3. We know that 6 is a multiple of 3. So there's the next one. So of those 24 possible outcomes, there are only 2. So the answer, RH multiple of 3 is 2 over 24, which is 1 over 12. What is the probability that a black, a tail, and a 7 will show up? Okay, now the answer of B, T7 is 0, because a die does not have a 7. So you cannot have those 3 showing up. That's why the answer is 0 for the probability, which means it's impossible. Here we have a tree diagram with unequal outcomes. Now I'll explain that. The tree diagram below shows the probabilities of rain or no rain on the first and second days of an athletics carnival. The carnival can go for 2 days, or 1 day, or no days, depending on the rain. So if it rains on a particular day, there's no carnival. So it'll go for 2 days if you have 2 fine days. It'll go for 1 day only if it rains on one of those days. So if it rains on this day, and it's fine on that day, then the carnival will just go for 1 day. Or if it's fine on that day, and it rains on that day, then the carnival goes for 1 day. Or no days. So if it rains for both days, there's no carnival. Now, basically what we have here for the first day, you can have rain or no rain. There's a 1 in 5 chance that it'll rain, 4 in 5 chance that it won't rain. That's on the first day. And it's the same for the second day. 1 in 5 chance that it will rain, 4 in 5 that it will not rain. That's if it rains on the first day. If there's no rain on the first day, then for the second day there's 1 in 5 chance that it will rain, 4 in 5 there's no rain. So here are the possibilities. R equals rain, N equals no rain. So if we go to the top of the tree, we'll have rain, rain. So that's a fifth times a fifth, which is 1 on 25. So the possibility that it will rain on both days is 1 over 25. Because you want both of those events to occur, you multiply the probabilities. For the second branch, we have rain on the first day and no rain on the second. That's 1 on 5 by 4 on 5, which is 4 on 25. Similar for the next branch. No rain on the first day, rain on the second. 4 on 5 by 1 on 5 is 4 on 25. That's NR. And finally, no rain. 4 on 5 by 4 on 5 is 16 on 25. That's NN. No rain, no rain. So there are 4 possibilities. Rain on both days. Rain on the first, no rain on the second. No rain on the first, rain on the second, and no rain on both days. Here are the questions. What is the probability that the carnival is postponed on both days because of rain? So that's the probability of RR. And there it is there, 1 on 25. What is the probability that the carnival goes ahead on both days? That's the probability of NN. That is no rain, no rain. And that's 16 on 25. What is the probability of rain on the second day? So we want rain on the second day. Now that occurs either here or here. Now here you add those probabilities up because it's a probability of RR or NR. So it's 1 on 25 plus 4 on 25. 5 on 25 is 1 over 5. Here's a quick quiz to help you. Please check through the video at any time. The answer to the quick quiz, what is the meaning of the following? More harm than good. Have a look at those 2 words, isn't that cute? Here are the answers to the quick quiz, and the video is at your disposal.